Hello everyone and good evening to you. Welcome to another video tutorial on the GBPUSD, and this is going to be a follow-up detail to my previous analysis on this pair where we were able to take advantage of this bearish move after losing out at one point in time last week. So we were able to close the last week with about 150 pips on the GBPUSD. I will be sharing the link to that analysis with day-to-day commentary in the comment section of that video, right at the comment section of this video. So let's dive into what my expectation is going to be like for this week. Well, if we look at what happened last week, we can see that price was caught within a consolidation phase right between the 1.11200 level and the 1.10500 area before we started seeing spikes from either side from this of this channel. So we saw the breakdown here, price came back up. Then we saw the situation where price began to respect this temporary bullish trend line I was able to identify here. And after this reversal pattern, we saw the breakdown of the 1.13 area, retest to structure, after which we joined the decline right back into the neckline of the structure. So what I'm looking forward to at this point is to see how we could actually take advantage of this of any trading opportunity that could be probably lining up for us during the new week. So in order to have a better perspective into what our expectations is going to look like here, I will be scaling up to the daily time frame so that we can actually see what is really happening from a larger perspective, after which we'll be using the parameters we'll be identifying here to identify trading opportunities. So looking at what we have here on the daily time frame, it is obvious that price action has been on a very strong bearish momentum. However, there is a very important structure around the 1.14 area which I want to show you, and I think most of our decision here is going to be um, connected around the structure. So in order to have a better perspective, let's scale down to the 4 hours time frame. So you can see what has been happening here around the 1.1400 level in the month of September. So this level has been a buying niche for participants in this market, and that lasted for about 3 weeks thereabout before we witnessed, hold on a second, before we witnessed the breakdown of that demand zone during the later part of the month of September. And as soon as price broke down that structure, we saw our price move right back into the 1.0400 level. And from a technical standpoint, whenever we cite a breakdown of structure like this, we expect that price is likely going to come back and do a retest of that structure, which actually happened a couple of weeks ago. And we saw the multiple rejection of that 1.140 area, and price has come back into the neckline area at the 1.0900 level. So why do we have this 1.0900 level as a neckline? Well, if we look at the structure here, after price broke down that 1.1400 level, we can see that price evolved into a reversal pattern. So we had this impulsive move to the downside, price evolved into a reversal pattern, and whenever we cite a reversal pattern like this, we want to be having our neckline that identified so that it will be able to guide our action going forward. So we saw the breakout of the 1.0900 level as price came right back into the 1.1400 level that was broken a couple of weeks ago. So from a technical standpoint, whenever we have a breakout of a neckline of a reversal pattern, what do we expect? Of course, we expect that price is going to come back and do a retest of that neckline. And this is exactly what happened during the course of last week's trading session, and our price has continued to rally to the upside. Though we had this move to the downside here. So now that we have the scenario at this point, how do we intend to trade this? Now, considering the fact that we cited this reversal pattern here, we expect that a trend continuation to the upside is most likely at this point, but we can't ignore the fact that the 1.1400 level has been a selling niche for participants in this market, and we saw what happened during the later part of last week's trading session. Price was unable to reach that previous high, emphasizing the strength of the sellers at this point. So, is this neckline here going to hold bullish momentum? Considering the 1.140 level, which has been a very strong selling niche in the past, that is one question we need to answer here. So now with this current structure we have here, let's scale down to the lower time frame and let's see what is really happening on the 1 hour time frame, after which we'll be making our decision. So on the 1 hour time frame and zooming into what has been happening during the course of last week's trading session, I was able to identify this temporary bullish trend line. As we can see, after connecting the series of lower highs, higher lows here, which was majorly the activities that happened last week, we can see our price action has consistently respected that level. So with this structure we have here on the 1 hour time frame, there are two scenarios I want to be looking out for. Now, the first scenario is that will this move right here turn out to be a a leverage for a bullish momentum, hereby respecting that bullish trend line to set price go to the upside. That is one scenario I'm looking forward to. Or we could be having a possible breakdown of that bullish trend line, which also lines up with the neckline of this current structure here, whereby a retest of either the bullish trend line or the neckline area will be inciting a further trend continuation to the downside. After which we want to be seeing how price action is going to relate to the current structure at the 1.0900 level, which appears to be the neckline of the reversal pattern we identified on the 4 hours time frame. So if we are going to be having a situation where buying pressure comes in from this area, then definitely we want to be looking forward to a trend continuation to the upside. And then if we have a breakdown of the structure, then a retest to structure will be confirming a bearish momentum from this point. So let's see what is going to be happening during the early hours of the week. But rest assured that I will be jumping in the comment section of this video to give you an update on how I intend to trade this GBPUSD pair after monitoring how price action is going to be relating to the structure here during the early hours of the week. So at this point, I'll be pausing this video around this area. And if this video has in any way been of immense help in making your individual decision on the GBPUSD, kindly support this project by clicking the like button. You would also want to follow me on my trading view platform at Darksherry so that you don't miss out on the regular updates I normally share in the comment section of every video. Thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to see you on Monday morning in the comment section right below this video. Thank you very much, and do have a wonderful night rest. Good night.